Hey YouTubers, Rob here with a look at another Commodore 64 game. This time we're looking at Falcon Patrol, a 1983 release by Virgin Games. I've not really played this before. I played the sequel a fair bit, so it'll be interesting to see how this compares. So, similar opening sequence to the second when you're starting, except this time you've only just got an ammo counter, or an air missile counter, whereas the second you had ground firing weapons as well. So, objective is basically to fly and take down planes by the looks of things. The second game you had sort of a wave. Looks like, so far this, it feels like you just have to take out as many as you can. Controls are a little twitchy, but I remember them being the same on the second game. Movies are fairly basic. I mean, it's a 1983 release, so again, a fairly early game in the C64's life cycle. But it's still good fun to. And despite the enemy flying patterns being kind of basic, it's still actually a bit of a challenge. One of the big things that's interesting, of course, is that you need to refuel. So, got my fuel gauge at the bottom there, and along with my missile counter, and you just need to time find one of these landing pads, touch down, and refuel. You can sort of see there the enemies will go after your pads. And I believe it's a case of just trying to take him out before they destroy too many, because if they destroy a landing pad like that one, you can no longer land there. So, yeah, I think this is actually quite a challenging game. Despite being simplistic on a number of fronts, it's just these enemy fly pads are fairly unpredictable, and they actually do a good job of just spoofing you a bit. Okay, let's come in. They do a fairly good job of just bouncing around, making it really tough. And the other thing, sort of a minor annoyance as well, is I think the fact is you need like very precise collisions with hit impacts with your missiles. Definitely doing a lot better than I did before, so that's always a plus. Oh, well, they're coming in waves of 3 now, so yeah. I guess it's a case of you just keep fighting to take them out. Let's go for fuel. So these are as an early game, I think this actually sort of does a nice job of being playable and challenging. Yeah, especially if this was sort of a debut game. I definitely felt the sequel added a lot more to it. I may have to do a play of that when if I can get a chance. Yeah, I think one of my biggest frustrations is I really wish I wish the screen would sort of lead the player a bit more for the scrolling, because it'd be nice to sort of see, oh, they're coming up. I mean, you've got the radar, which helps, but oh, there we are, been shot down at last. So this run, I'm doing a lot better than I did in my previous runs, which is good. I was doing rubbish, and I just felt it was me. So definitely, both games were rather tough, harsh. I mean, I think it's part of it is the targeting of the weapons, just how precise you need, and that the enemy can fire much faster like that. So it's not bad. It's certainly not a bad game. Just interesting early curio so far. Oh, that's sort of what the first few plays of this were like for me. Just get in range, go down. Um, that's pretty much a wrap. Compared to other tiles, it doesn't really feel like there's can't get it, can't delete. Okay. Oops. And that's Falcon Patrol on the C64. Very interesting early game. I mean, I kind of enjoy its sequel more, but this is not a bad little early horizontally scrolling shooter. It's worth checking out at least as a curio piece. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to bringing you another game in the future.